Devin Haney looked okay against Yuriorkis Gamboa. Knuckleheads, welcome to the Fighters Rep, where we give you free fights, interviews, and fight commentary from the mind of a promoter slash attorney. I was one of the voices out there, and many agreed and many disagreed, that said that this fight between Haney and Gamboa is a little bit strange, right? Because despite the fact that Yuriorkis Gamboa had a very solid career and was a solid champion, and I got much respect for him, Yuriorkis Gamboa is a guy that's past his best, okay, and been past his best for a very, very long time. I mean, I would go as far as to say that back in 2014 when he fought Terrence Crawford, he was already a little bit past his best then. So now, 5, 6 years on, I just didn't see the sense in putting Devin Haney in there with him. And, I acknowledge the fact that Devin Haney's just 21 years old, but the way he's performed, the way he carries himself, his confidence, his abilities, it was a fight that didn't sit right with me. For me, it was just an obvious A-side versus B-side fight. The winner was a foregone conclusion for me. And for me, this fight was 100% a barometer, right? It was to see, how is Devin going to beat Yuriorkis Gamboa versus how Tank Davis beat Yuriorkis Gamboa. And, if that was the mission, to show that Haney is more capable because he'll deal with Gamboa in a more efficient and in a more devastating manner, then, they kind of failed in that vision. And I think when you look at the fight in the context of what's been going on in the lightweight division recently, right, where you had the incredible performance by Teofimo Lopez against Vasyl Lomachenko, and where you had the incredible, scintillating knockout of Leo Santa Cruz versus Tank Davis, you're going to juxtapose those fights with this one, and you're going to say to yourself, if you're a casual or if you're a hardcore fan, and the hardcore fans know that styles make fights, but you're still going to say to yourself, Haney was supposed to make a statement here, and a statement was not made. He went to a unanimous decision against an old, strong but old workhorse in Yuriorkis Gamboa, who's way past his best, and, is out there at this point just to collect a paycheck. And Haney is a guy who at just 21 years of age, still has a lot of growing to do and has a ton of potential, but he's a guy that I felt was probably supposed to get a guy like Gamboa out of there at this point. Now, that's no disrespect to Gamboa. Again, he was a fantastic champion in his time. Big shout out to the Cuban boxing school. Big shout out to all my people in Miami. Born and raised in the county of Dade. I got much love for him. Much love for my Cubans. But, Yuriorkis Gamboa, let's face it. He's way, way past his best. And this was a fight where I think Devin Haney was supposed to get him out of there. You know what I mean? Because Tank got him out of there. Terrence Crawford got him out of there years ago. And by Devin Haney going to a decision against him, I don't think this fight did anything for Devin Haney's stock. And I think now, if you were watching the fight the way I was, you're probably asking yourself, perhaps it's just because he's 21 years old, but is Devin Haney going to have the power to be a competitor at lightweight in the next few years? Because Yuriorkis Gamboa was kind of walking Devin Haney down at times, and it didn't seem like the power of Devin Haney was enough to keep Gamboa off of him, was enough to keep Gamboa really worried or scared or apprehensive about getting knocked out. And that's definitely not the case with guys like Teofimo Lopez and Gervonta Tank Davis, who have explosive power. Now, I will say I really like Haney's boxing skills, and I think, he's got a ton of talent and he's still young. Perhaps he's still growing into that long frame he's got. And that's part of the reason I really like him in this division. That's part of the reason I'm kind of in the camp sometimes, depending on when you catch me, that says, this kid is the future of this division. But he's going to have to grow into that frame and get some power in those shots, man, because, to have a guy like Yuriorkis Gamboa walk forward on you and not worry about it too much, that would spell disaster in there against a guy like Teofimo Lopez, against a guy, like Gervonta Tank Davis, who, if they land one shot on anyone, including, farm animals and, Sasquatch or whatever the hell else, if they land a shot on something or someone that's living and breathing, that thing is going to go to sleep. And so I think Devin Haney, he still has some growing up to do. Again, I'm not discrediting his performance. What I'm saying is, bottom line, I thought he was supposed to make a statement here, and I felt like he didn't make a statement. So I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. Do you think Devin Haney made a statement? Do you think he's the future of the lightweight division? I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, the bell notification icon next to it. Join Knucklehead Nation, the most educated fight channel on YouTube, the dopest fight channel on YouTube, where you not only help me build this channel through your support, but you also help me build the only kickboxing promotion that matters. And if you want to really help, get your Fighters Rep gear in the link below. We got t-shirts, masks, hoodies, tank tops. It would be a great help. Really appreciate you guys. So Knuckleheads, we'll talk soon.